don't pray long enough. You don't give enough. You don't. Now, once you preach and you appeal to the person's condition, you're appealing to the person's flesh. Because you are now asking that person to better him or herself. If I was able to change myself, I don't need Jesus. So the more he appeals to your flesh to change, the more you try, the more you fail. That's why people leave church, because they say it's too much. It's too hard. You can't keep all of this. But when you preach grace, and I've seen it, when you preach grace, you focus on establishing the person in his position. In other words, you establish the person in his position. You say from the pulpit, you are the righteousness of God in Christ. You have been made holy. Only when you know who you are can you be.
Yes. Yes.
I have been in church when I was young, and then people will pray prayers in the prayer meeting like, Lord, I'm just a floor mat. I'm just a nothing. And I'm thinking, why did Jesus die if you're a floor mat? And those people who pray that is actually very religious prayers. It's pretense. Because if you say you're a floor mat, then it means I can wipe my feet off you. Just try to wipe your feet off that floor mat. That floor mat will kill you. It's religious mumbo jumbo. It's trying to show others I'm humble, I'm holy.
Correct. Yeah.
It's pretense. He says, for if the ministry of condemnation had glory, remember the law had a degree of glory, right? If the ministry of condemnation had glory, he says the ministry of righteousness exceeds much more in glory. So grace is always much more. Next verse. Look what he says now. For if what is passing away was glorious, if what is
Passing away.
So the law is what? If what is passing away was glorious, what remains is much more glorious. Next verse, right? Therefore, since we have such hope, we use great boldness of speech, unlike Moses. Next verse. Unlike Moses, who put a veil over his face, so that the children of Israel could not look steadily at the end of what was passing away. Now, look at the text here. You will see the text the way the text is reading. He says, we are unlike Moses, who put a veil over his face, right? So that the children could not steadily see the end of what was passing away. In other words, the way I read the text is this. When Moses came from the mountain, the Lord, as a degree of glory, his face was shining.